Sometimes you try a lot of stuff to raise your business credit score, and nothing seems to work, right? So you kind of feel stuck, and you feel frustrated, and you have no idea about the next strategy that you need to implement. So in today's conversation, I'm here to actually elucidate everything for you, to clarify things for you, to explain how you can actually navigate the whole thing, the whole economy, the whole business world, to raise your business credit score clearly and quickly. So here are the steps I really want you to pay attention to. So if you are trying to raise your business credit score, you need to have a business credit score in the first place. So the thing here is that if you, I'm assuming that you don't have a startup, you do have an established business, right? Which means you currently have a business credit score. So the first thing you need to do is to contact those three credit reporting agencies and start have a conversation with them. It doesn't matter whether, because sometimes people say, well, are they providing this service for free? Because I'm not paying for it for a business credit report. Boss, don't be a cheap ass here, okay? You're kind of used to getting your personal credit score for free, but your business is a business. It is something that is meant to generate revenue. So be comfortable spending money on actually accessing data about your business credit. Okay, so contact Dun and Bradstreet, contact Experian Business, contact Equifax Business. And so you probably have to pay around $30 or $40. It really depends on your geography, but it's important because then you are able to have access to your business credit report. So you'll see things like your company size and structure, the industry risk that you represent, your accounts payable balances, the timeliness of payments, your credit utilization, okay, which is basically the percentage of your company's available credit limits. So your credit limit versus what you're currently using, your time in business, your bankruptcies, liens, and judgments against your company. What I'm trying to say here is what? I'm trying to say that, hey, you want to look at the business credit report that others, including business lenders, including net 30 vendors, are paying attention to. So you want to have access to the same data. So if there is a problem, if there is an inconsistency, if there is an error, you have the opportunity to actually dispute that item right away. You can contact Dun and Bradstreet and ask them to correct the data, to rectify the data. Do the same thing with the Experian and Equifax. The second thing you want to do here, you want to always pay your bills on time, right? And again, by the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here. And in today's conversation, I'm just having a quick convo with you about how to quickly, properly, and consistently raise your business credit score. So what I'm trying to say here is that when we talk about paying your bills on time, people say, well, I don't really have the money to pay the full balance. Hey, boss, it doesn't matter. If you cannot pay your full bill, at least pay something. Pay something and start a conversation with the creditor. See, the whole thing is that it's not about you ghosting the creditor. They call you, and they call your ass, and your ass is nowhere to be found because you're scared about collection calls. No, before the whole thing goes to collections, you do have a process in place, and the lender, you have to understand, the lender does not want to transfer the case anyway to collections because they're losing money. Once you actually transfer a case to a collections, you selling the debt like a couple of cents on the dollar, and it's a loss. It's really a loss for the lender. So they don't want to do this. So if you're having some liquidity problems, if your business is not generating enough revenue, if you're kind of like if you're struggling, if you're scraping by, start a conversation. But you want to make a payment, make something, So let me give you an example. If you have a credit card and you charge, let's say $5,000 on the card, you have an open balance of $5,000, and the minimum due is what? Let's say $300. Try to make those $300. Try to make the $300 minimum payment. Same thing for if you have a loan or you have a net 30 vendor that has actually shipped products to you. Okay, and the bill is due in 30 days. And it's $10,000. You don't have the $10,000. You want to make like a payment of maybe $300 or $500 or $3,000 or $1,000, and then give the vendor a call. Start a conversation. Okay, don't ghost your creditors. Very important. So, and it's really important, especially if you want to boost your credit score to say above 80. because see, the standard credit score that the standard business credit score that everybody looks at is your paydex score. Even though Dun and Bradstreet is just one of the three major credit bureaus, it's just that it's one of the prominent. It's like the OG in this sector. So 80 is the minimum here. So you want to aim for 80 minimum. The third thing I want you to do here is to actually divorce your personal affairs from your business's affairs. Okay. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. What are we talking about? We are talking about how to quickly raise your business credit score so you can raise a small business loan. Okay. And it's really important. So when we talk about raising your business credit score, we're talking about everything you can do to actually make sure that you get the loans that you need and deserve. So do not commingle funds. Okay. Even if your personal credit history is bad, even if you're struggling right now, even if you're tempted to use your business credit card to actually do things, to actually buy stuff personally, don't do it. You are going to get in trouble sooner or later. You can say, well, I think nobody's going to find my ass, whatever. No, you never know, because you know what? Even during tax time, you will not be able to. You'll be really confused, and if you make the mistake of actually trying to write off your personal expenses on the business tax return, you might actually invite the ire of the IRS. Okay, so really don't do this. So it's important that you do not commingle business and personal bank accounts and credit cards. Once accounts are separated, be sure that company payments are in order. Okay, so if your company is still in the startup stage, a good way to demonstrate creditworthiness is actually to open a business credit card and monthly payments, and make your payments on time and in full if possible. And again, as I said earlier, even if you don't have the cash to pay for some purchases, put them on the card and then pay them off with the cash during the monthly statement period. So by doing so, what are you trying to do here? You are establishing consistency of repayment, which is really important when it comes to helping you get a clear credit score. Okay. Consistency of repayment is super important, and you want to resist the temptation to open numerous credit cards in an effort to increase available credit. In fact, if you open too many credit card accounts too soon, the impact will be negative. Okay, so it's more effective to have one card and to pay it off in full each month. How many cards should a business have? 2 or 3? Number 4. So if you are trying to quickly raise your business credit score and land a small business loan, business loan or business credit card or whatnot, you need to incorporate your business. So when we talk about incorporating your business, we're not just talking about you saying, I live in New Jersey. I'm just going to file my LLC paperwork with the New Jersey, state of, Secretary of State. No, it's just more than that. Okay. First of all, we want to start with you choosing exactly the kind of businesses that you have. Sometimes maybe you currently have a business structure that doesn't fit with the kind of goal that you have for yourself and for your business. So it's really important to ask yourself, do I really need to structure myself as an LLC? Or maybe I should be better structured as an S corporation or a C corporation or an LP. Those are questions you got to ask yourself, or you can just enlist the help of a lawyer to kind of help you out. Okay, based again on your goals. Okay, and the cool thing is you do have a LLC or a corporation formation services out there that will really help you out. So, and the goal here is what? The goal is to provide legitimacy. The goal is for you to appear legit. The goal is for you to actually like for net 30 vendors, for business lenders to trust you. So once you have incorporated your business, set up utility bills, phone, electric in the company's names. You need to have also an email address whereby, like with the company domain name. For example, xyz.com. That's the name of your company. So it will be xyz@xyz.com. This is important. If you need a small business loan, banks are more likely to make grant funding to a company that has an established address and bills in its name. Okay, so this is really important. And one thing I also want to say in terms of incorporating, make sure that you have, in addition to all the incorporation documents. Make sure you maintain articles of organization or articles of incorporation. You need to put this in somewhere in your office so that you have it handy, should the need arise. The next thing I want you to do here is to prepay bills whenever possible. By the way, I want to quickly remind you again of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to quickly raise your credit score, your business credit score, that is, so you can land a small business loan, small business line of credit, or small business credit card. It really doesn't matter, but the goal here is to find ways to really increase your business credit score real quick, okay? So you need to prepay bills whenever possible. Now, I'm not going to sit here asking you to prepay bills if you are having financial problems already. If you are scraping by, then it's not really needed. I mean, if there is a gap between your inflows, your cash inflows, and your cash outflows, this could be a problem. However, if your cash inflows exceed your cash outflows, then you could try to prepay bills whenever possible. When you do this, something fantastic happens. Your business credit score, the most important one, your payday score, jumps from 80 to maybe 90 or 93 or 94. And honestly, if you are able to have a payday score that is above 90, you are really, really chilling. You should be chilling. Okay. And the cool thing here is that when you prepay bills whenever possible, you can also tap into some savings, okay? Because some vendors might offer discounts for prepayment, so they are willing to trade a percentage discount in order to guarantee cash in hand and avoid the hassle of chasing a delinquent payment. Okay, so in such cases, both sides benefits. So if you are in a position to pay early at a reduced rate, it is an opportunity to cut costs and thereby improve cash flow. As an added bonus, vendors whom you pay early will likely serve as credit references if you ever need them. So this is really good because they will be willing to actually help you out and help you move to the next level. So money. Let me ask you a question, boss. Do you currently have enough extra cash to be able to pay your bills or to prepay your bills whenever possible? If that's the case, boss, I will really, really encourage you to do so because you'll be saving a lot of cash. And not only that, you'll be actually solidifying your relationship with those vendors whom you pay early, because it just means that, they will trust your financial stability way more. Okay. The next thing I want you to do here is, if you're trying to quickly raise your business credit score, I mean, this goes back to cash management 101. You need to run a profitable business. That's all. I mean, I don't have 1,000 ways to say this to you because, I mean, you're going to need to generate revenue to pay whatever credit that you have with vendors and business lenders and business credit card issuers. And there is a strong correlation between your business's profitability and the health and the level of your payday score. Okay, so what you want to do here is that you want to really be in a situation where you're constantly finding solutions to drum up business, to actually to actually draw more prospects into your sales funnel. You need to also make sure that you are able to bid on goods and services. You need to keep close tabs on inventory. You need to manage staff schedules wisely, particularly when business is slow. Utilize technology to streamline operations and cut costs. Okay, so those are really important. And so, because the goal here is for you to minimize the firm's cost. Okay, and you really want to try to negotiate the best financial terms that you can. If you can strike, let's say if you can strike a deal to cut costs 5% with the vendor, that you pay $10,000 a month, this winds up being a significant saving. Okay, so it's really important to go after those significant savings to make sure that you or your business is actually doing fantastically. And another thing, so big decision time, boss. Are you currently running a profitable business or you are struggling? If you are running a profitable business, have you actually implemented new ways to make even more money? Okay, because everything should be normally in your business plan. So you should be having a lot of code, a lot of stuff in your business plan that actually exemplifies the kind of role model you want to go after, and you can actually clarify things for all the staff pretty fast. And another thing I want to say here is that you also want to pay attention to how you run your business. It's not just about running a profitable business, but how do you run it? What are the costs that you are generating? And on top of that, what are your rivals doing versus what are you doing? So those are important elements that you need to pay attention to. Before I close today's conversation, let me just say one thing: that there is a science behind business credit scores and personal credit score, for that matter. Okay, so when we talk about personal credit scores, you have 300 to 850. So this one is pretty clear to everyone. Okay, so if you are above 579, you're considered bad credit. If you have 579 to 656, you're considered a fair credit. 650 to maybe 750, you consider a good credit, and 750 above, you have you have excellent credit. Now the range might be a little off. Okay, I don't remember here the exact numbers, but the point I'm trying to make is that you need to ask yourself where you're currently at. Okay. And so things are really clear on the personal side. Now, when it comes to the business side of things are a little complicated. It's just that one thing we know is that more than 7,500 lenders nationwide also rely on the Small Business Scoring Service, or FICO SBSS score, to make lending decisions, although they're not required to disclose they are using it. So the Small Business Administration now uses the score to pre-screen its popular 7(a) loans, according to some experts. And that personal credit score, FICO SBSS rates small businesses by their likelihood of making payments on time. Okay, this is really important. So the FICO score ranges from 0 to 300. So the higher the score, the better. But lenders typically prefer a minimum score between 140 and 180. So you need to know exactly where you actually position yourself. And another thing I also want to say here is that when we talk about business credit scores in general, you also need to understand that there are some other databases where you can actually get your business credit scores. So you have the SBFE, the Small Business Financial Exchange. In other words, this is a database. This is a business credit agent. It's not an agency. It's a database whereby lenders and vendors report transactional activity to. So I'm just telling you, just in case you like to see what's available out there on your business, what's been said out there about your business, so that you can make the right decisions right now to beef up your business credit score. Okay, so one thing I want to say before closing today's conversation is that this is not something that will happen overnight. It takes time. It is really a consistency, and it helps you actually to know exactly which type of content really appeals to you. Okay, and this will help you down the road a lot. And one thing I also want to say here is that there is a strong correlation between a personal credit score and a business credit score. What I'm trying to say here is that if you happen to be a very financially disciplined man in your private life, chances are you're going to replicate this into your professional life, because this is what you're used to. So it is what it is. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about how to quickly raise your business credit score and how to make things right from the get-go. So number one, you need to review your business credit reports frequently. Number two, you want to always pay your bill on time, even if you can't pay in full. Number three, do not commingle funds. Number four, you want to incorporate your business. Number five, you want to prepay bills when possible. And number six, you want to run a profitable business. And number seven, I just explained to you the science behind the score. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.